Catherine, when you advocate for Asian American women, you are in turn empowering me and anyone who has less power. So I'm curious to learn what motivates you to advocate for students in this way and in the role that you're in.
hmm One of the primary reasons that I've sort of made a professional commitment to advocate for students in this way is because um, when I was a student myself, I experienced a lot of things that made me feel very small, that made me feel like what I was actually saying and trying to share with my classmates and with my professors wasn't being heard. And all they were focusing on was seeing that I was Asian American and then making the assumption that because I was a person of color, um, there must be something wrong with my writing or with my ideas. Like how could it be that an Asian American woman could be saying some of these things? Like there must be something wrong with what she was saying. Or the way that it often came out was they thought I was making grammatical mistakes. So instead of hearing what I was saying, they would fixate on my grammar instead. And I realized during those experiences that I never wanted other students to have that experience. I felt like it was a gross injustice. I began to see the same things happening to my friends. And then when I started tutoring and working as an instructor, I also saw how that was perpetuated in other contexts as well in the academy. And I saw, as a tutor especially, talking with students every single week, getting to know them really well throughout the semester, that they had so much to say, so many deep and critical insights. And then when they got the feedback on their paper, it was like they had, like none of those insights that they had written about, that we had discussed, were even acknowledged by their instructors. And I just thought, this is not right. They have so much analysis to offer. They are coming at this from different perspectives. They're using their lived experiences to actually offer a different way of looking at these issues that's vital for us to understand. And yet, all that was seen of their paper was the organization, the thesis statement, whether it met the rubric criteria. It just seemed like such a loss of, there was just such a wealth of information there, so much possibility. So yeah, I've made the commitment to make sure that the work that we're doing is really focused on ensuring that students of color will actually be heard for what they're saying, the perspectives that they're bringing in, the experiences that they're bringing in, so that we can have much richer dialogues about writing than simply about organization or grammar, or whether the paper flows. Students have so much to offer, and I want to make sure that we not only hear what they're saying, but that we respect what they're saying enough to have serious discussions with them about their work, and to create the kinds of learning environments where we can actually act on the things that they're saying and what they're offering.
Great. No, grammar is like when there's so much of an emphasis on grammar, it's very similar to when having so much of an emphasis on grades. The logic is if we were to just focus on students as assets and focus on students as these complete whole identities that are bringing wealth and knowledge into the classroom or into the discussion, the grammar and stuff will come. But if you don't even recognize the wealth and analysis and wisdom they are bringing right to your doorstep, and you drill grammar, you're going to lose that student, right? And that's the same paradigm with grades. Um,
Well, and I think you also lose the opportunity to do a different kind of work together. So I'm not saying that grammar is not important. Um, I understand that in the society that we live in, and to survive professionally, yes, we do need to understand certain things about grammar. But if if that's all we focus on, if we're only focusing on form or structure, um, or templates, then we're losing opportunities to do a different kind of work with students, um, to have different kinds of discussions and dialogues with them, and to recognize that a classroom isn't just a place where we can learn about these disciplinary practices. The classroom is where we can actually start doing work together. So if we're really interested in, I don't know, social justice work, or if we're really interested in creating changes in our communities, that work can begin in the classroom. The classroom is a space to do all sorts of things. And I think having these types of dialogues with students where, as you're saying, recognizing the funds of knowledge that they come into the classroom with, and valuing that opens up so many opportunities to for these classes to be working towards a different kind of future that we're building with students together.
it's so similar to syntax in math and programming. So, like, you need to know orders of operations, you need to understand what an addition symbol means and a subtraction symbol means. But if there's no communication around the larger picture of, let's say, in programming, I can spend literally hours on end programming an assignment, and then the only feedback I get is like, the syntax is wrong here, the syntax is wrong there. For a student who doesn't know any better, they might feel like, what the heck, right? Uh, so there's so much here, but to keep the recording short, I'll end it. Um, I actually remember Jeff briefly mentioning about his views on English teaching, and I think he really does have quite a multidisciplinary approach towards his teaching of math and programming. So um, I hope that you two can talk and and share your thoughts around that, because it'd be fun. Jeff is like the only one that's watching these videos anyway for now. So okay, bye.